Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. So happy to welcome Holly Grove and John Corbett. They are from Heritage Christian School. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
We love Heritage around here, so let's talk about what is the newest and best things going on now at Heritage. You're growing, I understand.
We are growing. So we are accepting students ages 3 and potty trained all the way up through grade 7. So that's a growth for us. We were up through grade 6 for this school year, but next year we will be welcoming 7th grade students.
And 6th grade has been there how many years now?
Well,
okay, that's all right. I don't want to give you a pop question, but
there was one year we didn't have 6th grade.
Okay,
that's it,
and that was it. So
yes.
it went K through 5, and then you added back 6.
Yes,
and now you're adding back 7.
You got it.
Yes.
With the idea that probably you'll be able to add a new year each additional year. That's
yes,
the goal, right?
That is the hope.
That is the hope. Yes.
That's what I want to ask about, because a lot of people think, Christian school is so important for my little one. I really want to get them a good, strong foundation. I will make sure that preschool they're there, if preschool is necessary, but for sure, kindergarten first, maybe primary school. But then maybe once they get into the upper grades, 5th, 6th, 7th, we could transfer into public school. Why is Christian school so important in those later years? Talk to me about that.
Well, I think, naturally, because we want the children to experience who Jesus is. And at Heritage, we have that freedom to share who the Lord is with the students as part of our day-to-day curriculum routine. And it really does make a difference in the climate and culture of the school. Mm-hmm. When the children know who He is, know His teachings, and when they apply that knowledge to a heart situation and they receive Him as Lord, oh my goodness, what a transformation.
You get to see that daily, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And it's been wonderful. So we are there as the alternative for the parents when they don't know where to turn, and they are trusting God, and even if they don't realize that God is sending them to us, we're there to help them realize that as well through His Holy Spirit. So it's exciting. It really is.
I know of families where the young man said to his parents, if I don't go to Heritage, and he was in public school at the time, I'm afraid I might end up going the wrong direction. I know who I hang out with, and I am willing to take on a job to pay for my tuition to send myself to Heritage. And that happened. And his friends ended up doing some jail time, and he sent himself to Heritage and had an amazing experience and is having a wonderful life. You must hear from alumni a lot about the great foundation that they received there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we actually have right now an alumni as an employee.
Oh, fun. Who is that?
Which is exciting. Natalie Spitali, who used to be Natalie
Render.
And so it's just so exciting. So she's helping us in the lunchroom and also as one of our security people. And she is so glad to be back with us at Heritage. You can see it on her face. And she showed me her senior picture and the class pictures that we have lined up in the auditorium walls.
Yes.
And it was so exciting knowing she was home.
And one of your products coming back to share and to pay it forward then to the next up-and-coming classes. Right. What is special about Heritage Christian? What is it that just made there? Because there are other Christian schools to choose from as well, but there's something about it. Tell me what that is. Help me put a name to that.
I recently somebody kind of likened Heritage's student body to what it must look like in heaven, and that broke me.
Oh, that's neat.
We have a beautifully diverse student body.
Yes.
And that is something that you don't always find at other schools. And I know that was something, my daughter attended Heritage. I was really blessed by that she had a very diverse student body, classmates that she could, befriend and just learn culturally the diversity that is in that body, and that's life. So it's kind of a preparation for what's beyond those doors. Yes. I also get to teach kids about Jesus, which is a little different than some schools in our area. So we kind of get to give hope to kind of a hopeless society, which is huge, and especially in our area.
Well, that really gets into the actual mission. Tell me a little bit. What is the mission without reciting a mission statement?
Oh, sure. Well, our mission is very simple. It's ABCs. We have academic excellence. We are striving to help the children attain achievement levels that are respectable and that they can do. And Bible-based instruction, of course. We teach Bible every single day of the school year. We have chapel service once a week. Pre-K program has their chapel service. And so we have a real strong focus on the Bible. And then community commitment. We really desire to teach the children what it means to serve. And so we're very proud of those, the ABCs that we have, and very proud that they are in place. We're very, very proud of that.
You also have the rare opportunity to be located right in the city. You are a city school, which is kind of unique to Christian schools as well, and an opportunity to serve the neighborhood and the families that are there. And you're getting to see your own heritage students give back to their community. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I know some great things that we get to do in the summertime because we do have a summer program. I should let you know. It does start June 3rd, and it's going to run through August 7th, and that's preschool through 6th grade.
Well, let's talk about that, then we'll get back to the other thing.
Oh,
Okay,
for sure.
Tell me about the summer program.
Summer program runs same day, same hours, so we're open at 6:30 a.m. We close at 5:30 p.m., and it's a Monday through Friday program. I think it's awesome, but a little biased because I run it. But we get to do some neat things with the kids. Like we'll have stewardship days, and they'll learn about what stewardship means. And so that means maybe cleaning up at the school, or planting flowers out front, or thanking all of the office staff for the service that they provide to us, or the cafeteria staff for the delicious meals that they provide. We try to focus on those kinds of things over the summertime because we get to be a community, so we want to give back to our little community. I also know that there are some really great opportunities that the elementary does, whether it's within our school boundaries or even outside, such as the Total Living Center, kind of giving back to them. I know we've done Conquering Canton, where we would go out and do some stewardship type programs.
And this all takes place in the summer?
Not just in the summertime.
Okay,
some of that is throughout the
that's
school year.
year-round.
But throughout the summertime, we do try to provide those kinds of things, as well as we do utilize a curriculum in the summer. We've got some free tutoring that we may be offering for the summertime, which is really great. We served about 25 students last summer, free to parents, and it was kind of mornings, Monday through Thursdays. We're hoping to offer that again as well. We also go on fun field trips, and we invite people to us. We do some Altman Wow, that Wellness on Wheels, where we'll do some summer safety lessons. We've invited in an optometrist to do some fun stuff, believe it or not. So we have outside sources coming in, and we also have some community things that we go out and visit.
So summer school at Heritage sounds more like camp or something kind of fun. It's not summer school that you were...
Right.
Absolutely.
Dreading.
Oh, my goodness. And plus, that was like a mar on your whole life if you had to go to summer school.
My nephew came, and he loved it. He loved going. He was sad when he couldn't come. And I think it made quite a difference. He got to do the tutoring program, and it had really given him quite a bit of confidence to start out the school year. My sister is super excited for what he was able to learn and the skills that he obtained over the summer last year.
So it's not just something to help you catch up. It actually would be something to help you get ahead if you attend.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's a whole new approach to summer school, and that does sound fun. All right, let's get back to the community service part then, because community commitment is such a big part of what you do.
Well, I'd like to highlight, as we reintroduce the middle school level back to Heritage, our curriculum focus is project-based learning, and a very important piece of that is service learning. Our 6th grade class this year has already, a minimum of 3 to 4 times, has visited Total Living Center.
Oh, nice.
To help pack food boxes, to help unload trucks, to do whatever they need done. And it's scheduled ahead. Okay, we know what's coming in. Our one of our security employees, her husband is an employee there, so we have a kind of inside knowledge of their working schedule with what they needed to be done. So that'll be ongoing as we add 7th grade, and as we add 8th grade, we'll be finding other areas of opportunity for service. And then now school-wide, last year our Director of Development, Mr. Bensel, introduced us to a program called Raise Craze. So all the children, I think even pre-K was involved with this as well, they would receive family sponsorship or friends of the family sponsorship to do acts of kindness. And
Nice.
let's say they are raking the leaves at grandma's house, or their classroom at the school did a trash walk over in Myers Park across the street from the school. All these things, and then so people would donate and funds to as a reward to them for their efforts of service. So those are just opportunities
That's awesome.
that they do. And through we're having a big spring auction come May, and so we're enlisting volunteers for that, student and adult volunteers, to serve the school and that to make sure that comes off well. So.
Are you willing to take volunteers of families not necessarily currently at Heritage and not necessarily currently students?
We actually have a couple, several right now. Now we do have a volunteer application process.
Okay.
All the state clearances, they have to go through that.
Sure.
It would be our hope that they know the Lord, and although we have mentored folks who have been volunteers and point them to Jesus, we have an excellent husband and wife dynamic duo right now who are serving the school, and she's helping one of the classrooms. He's our go-to maintenance guy and also mentoring middle school students. So plenty of opportunities to volunteer in this facility, yes.
I'm thinking what a nice thing for retired teachers to be able to kind of give back
yes,
a little
please.
bit as well. So yeah, you would accept those?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
What is the process to become a volunteer? And thank you for doing the due diligence of, clearance, because unfortunately in the day we live, that has to happen. So how does a person become a volunteer at Heritage?
Well, you can call our main office number, 330-452-8271. Talk to anybody in our main office, and they can direct you on steps to get that volunteer application. There will be a background check. We can do background checks right conveniently across the street at Buckeye Security. And so they already know. We just give them a call, and we can send you over. Once that's in place, you just let us know what you are willing to do. There are many areas to volunteer. Cleaning, organizing, assisting in the classroom, reading to students, cleaning up in the cafe. There's bulletin boards everywhere. So we can think of many, many ways for you to give back at the school. And volunteers are always welcome.
Awesome.
And if I may add,
Please.
part of that process also includes a visit or an interview, if you will, with one of the program directors, kind of a vetting process.
Might be a good idea for someone just to maybe come at a time that's convenient for you and tour the school and see what's going on there.
Yes.
Are tours available to families anytime that is interested in Heritage?
Absolutely.
Yes, we our office staff is very good to get those scheduled and invite them in with just welcome hearts, and we'll show you what we have, and praying that it's a good fit for your family.
We're speaking with Holly Grove and John Corbett from Heritage Christian School. John's principal, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Holly, your position there?
Is a preschool director.
Awesome. So we are covering all the bases here, and we'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community. Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with John Corbett and Holly Grove from Heritage Christian School, and you've got something exciting coming up here, May 16th, the auction.
Oh, my.
What can we look forward to on this big day? Is it an evening? Is it all day? What day of the week is that, first of all?
Saturday.
All right.
Saturday.
All day auction? All day, all night? What times are we looking
It's
at?
going to be an evening auction.
Okay.
Starting at 6 o'clock.
And is it, you have to be physically there? Is there anything available online first? Or
I don't think we're going to do anything online. I think
Okay.
it needs to be
Physically.
You gotta
there.
go.
We
We're-
want people
we're-
part of this and be there.
we are doing this the old-fashioned way.
That
You
is
gotta
right.
Go, and none of this eBay stuff.
No.
Go
We wanna
and
meet you.
attend and see the stuff and bid on it.
Bid on it. Yes.
So, is it silent and live, or what's the
Yes,
format?
ma'am, both silent and live. Ticket holders will be fed a meal. We're going to have concessions. We're working now presently getting everything organized. Mr. Bensel heads up our auction committee, and so subcommittees have come out of that with different sections of the puzzle that needs to be pieced together, and the volunteers and the donations and the food, and so we're really looking forward to it, and it's going to be kind of a resurrected fundraising concept for the school. It's been several years since we attempted this. I'm sure Ms. Holly remembers the last one.
I do.
Yeah.
I love a good auction. I really do.
So do
So I'm kind of
I.
excited.
Dinner included?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so and will it take place at the school?
No.
Where are you going to be having the auction?
Downtown on Cleveland Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at a loss for the name of the building right now.
I have Metropolitan Center.
There it is.
Oh, nice place.
yes.
Okay,
We'll
so
be
at the
up there.
Metropolitan Center. Wonderful. All right. And then that's easy for everybody to find as well. Parking behind it, I think,
I think
Yes.
you may be right.
and then along the streets.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Bring lots of quarters. Well, no, it'll be after 4 o'clock, so you got that. So it's
Yeah.
free
We
parking.
Free
should
in the
parking.
evening.
Yay.
Yes.
Right.
So we're good. We always think about that driving downtown,
Right?
don't we?
Yep.
Okay, what kinds of fun things do you have so far that we might be bidding on? Do we know yet, or are people still working on that?
We're still working on that. But I
Okay.
will say this. We're going to be featuring our students throughout the auction, singing, recitations, things of that nature. We really want the people to have a strong understanding of how heritage is affecting their life. And
Nice.
so we're going to bring our customers to the auction so they can see who they're supporting.
Someone might be listening saying, well, I'd have something I would donate. We've got folks who own businesses that are in the audience right now. How would they donate something?
I would say give us a call at our main office.
And that number again?
330-452-8271.
Yes.
And you could ask for anyone in the main office. They'd be able to help along with Mr. Bensel in our development department.
I know one of the conversations for the silent auction are gift baskets, baskets to be auctioned off. And then several areas, let's say we're coming into the springtime and there may be a new chainsaw you could bid for, and things of that nature, or golfing packages. But I
Always
know
looking for those,
I know
yeah.
Mr. Bensel's working on a couple big ones. Possibly a trip to Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
Overnight to Myrtle Beach, those type of things. And so we're trying to secure those to really make it a nice draw for the community to come
And it's always just a great time, for one thing, and then just for such a wonderful cause to keep the programs going there at Heritage. This is enrollment period, or is all the time enrollment period?
Well, for preschool, we don't have a necessary deadline. So we do enroll all year round.
But that
However,
does not mean dilly-dally, does it?
that absolutely means to give us a call. You don't want to wait because spots on both our scholarships and our grants are limited. So you want to call sooner rather than later. We do have information ready now. February is school choice month, so that's when we open up our enrollment period for both preschool all the way through 7th grade. Yes. So giving us a call now would be a great idea. Get yourself on the calendar for a tour. You can stop in and pick up information. We would like to meet with all families that are interested and let them know the numerous education, Ed Choice scholarship, and grant opportunities that are provided for new families.
Yes.
Where does that stand today? And I'm guessing that if somebody qualifies today and they get accepted and so forth, then that doesn't change for them. And I know that, like a lot of things are being looked at that. So where are we with Ed Choice, like right now? Who qualifies and who would be able to, and without getting into specifics or in the weeds, but in general, who qualifies for Ed Choice? Is it something to do with whether how your school performed, or where is that right now?
That's a great question.
Well, asked very
And
poorly.
we'll tag team on this one.
So this is what I know. I do know that right now we're not discussing district-based scholarships, so we're going to set those aside. Those may open up at some point, but at this point, we're not even looking at those. We're going to be looking at income-based scholarships. So for kindergarten through entering 7th grade, that is going to be based on your income and your household size. I believe the number is 250% of the federal poverty level or below that you can gross and qualify.
So 250% means that you may qualify when you're thinking, oh, no, we make too much.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
But don't be dismayed. You might qualify.
Absolutely worth checking out for sure. And those funds are limited. So again, sooner rather than later. So you're going to want to call and get your information, your proof of residency, and those kinds of things ready to submit sooner rather than later. We want to make sure those things are submitted at least by April.
Yes. Yeah, we really encourage folks to understand that with the growth of Heritage also comes with limited capacity with our current staff.
Right.
If we retain, let's say, 90% of our students pre-K through 6th, as we add in 7th grade, we may only have X number of slots to fill. So we really encourage folks, traditionally it's February 1st, the enrollment season opens. So we're holding to that calendar mark each year, even though there are still many question marks in Columbus with what and how they're going to handle these things. So we're encouraging folks, focus on February 1st. If you're interested, come in for a tour at your earliest convenience. We will stop, we will drop, we will talk to you, and we will pray with you. We will show you around. We will encourage you and get to meet your children and visit other classrooms and those type of things. And so we do not want to squander this time period. This is the prime period, these next 2 months.
Classroom sizes how large?
Well, preschool classrooms are quite small. Max would be 12 to 14 students per class, so rather small. If we were to enroll any more than that per class, we would hire on an aide, so there would be 2 adults per class, which brings ratios down. Kindergarten through 6th.
Kindergarten through 6th, we are averaging anywhere between 15 to low 20s. We have a lot of students, which are excited, and with the growth, as the enrollment moves into the next year, it looks like we may have to add a couple more classrooms even next year, in addition to adding the 7th grade.
The 7th grade.
So it's getting very exciting. So.
And I should know this, but I don't, so I'll ask. There used to be 2 classes for every grade level. Is that the case now, or is there some 1, some 2, or where are we with that?
We are almost there again.
Awesome.
Almost there again.
Isn't that wonderful?
So projection next year, if we hold true to current enrollment and have the expected enrollment for kindergarten, we'll be looking at 2 kindergartens, 2 firsts, 2 seconds. We'll have a pretty large 3rd, a couple 4th grades, large 5th, large 6th, large 7th. So that'll continue to roll through. So by the time we add the 8th grade and everything settles out here in the next 2 or 3 years, we'll probably hovering right at 2 classes per grade level, and then we'll hold probably at 1 per class at the middle school level, depending on additional enrollees. So.
But as we said, that gets to be the time in a child's life where they need reinforcements in this area the most, where what the family is teaching, what the school is teaching, and what church is teaching are all working together just at that time in life where they're questioning everything. And it's so important.
It is so important.
We can't say it enough.
We agree.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
I shouldn't be putting in my 2 cents, but I can't not. Talked about the fact that you are project-based learning. Tell me some of the projects that some of the kids have gotten to work on.
Oh, my goodness. Well, they've visited a machine shop for engineering.
Nice.
They're talking about those, even with Total Living Center, the process of purchasing food, transportation of such, estimating costs for fuel, those type of things. They're working together with their Chromebooks in the Google Classroom. We have an online weekly lessons in space things about not necessarily NASA, but thinking about sciences and things like that.
Nice.
Social studies.
Nice.
part of the children as 8th graders will get a chance to go to Washington, D.C. So they're building things up with that to restore that trip back and visiting and discussing those. So every piece of the curriculum is tied into English language arts. It's tied into mathematics. And then so they develop and they go into research and they discover these things and they pull together information. It might be group work. It might be individualized. So that there might be a project or some of the research might be process learning, understanding where to find this fact or understand what this site, how they can help you. What are primary base sources, understanding that importance in the world of academics and making sure that they get legitimate sources and pull from that information. And so it's ongoing. Research does show that at the middle school level, when these children, they have focus and they know what tasks they need to attend to, and then you cut them loose. Yes, you establish parameters, but you give them an opportunity to do that. And these guys and girls are having a good time.
And how awesome that it is grounded in the truth of the gospel. It's just so awesome.
I have to attribute also the success of this to our teacher, Mrs. Coleman, who agreed to take on this task.
It's awesome.
Monumental.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so she and I went through the training, and so we have a new 7th grade teacher coming in. I'll be announcing that the beginning of the 4th grading quarter. He'll be going through that training, or she will be going through that training. So all of these things are taking place. And so, it's cutting edge. It's standards based. It's research based, and so we're excited about it.
It's wonderful. You've also got a great reputation historically in athletics, and I guess that's coming back as well. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, we're able to hold on to basketball. The former varsity team coach, Coach Mack, decided and elected to stay with Heritage to help to regrow the program.
Nice.
So last year was the first year minus the secondary education. So he introduced basketball to 4th grade and 5th grade boys and girls. We did some YMCA league play with the younger students. And this year was just a little bit of extension with that with the 6th grade. But next year, when we add the 7th graders, there will be a legitimate middle school athletics based on the requirements of the state of Ohio, and with practicing and tryouts and grade point average and all those things. So, of course, we have basketball. We have a group called Girls on the Run. We have a couple teachers who head that up. We have girls outside. So that's going to lead to possibly return of the track team. So we're really excited about that. We do have volleyball equipment. So once we have full middle school, we'll be looking at poising another female volleyball team. Soccer. We have the availability of Myers Park right across the street, a large area where we can practice soccer. So that'd be more probably co-ed based on our enrollment. And then one of the things that I'm going to investigate once we have 8th grade is cheerleading. I have right now a volunteer who I'm talking with about cheerleading, so we're excited about that. But for my boys who are looking for that hook, as far as athletics. So we'll be looking to speak with one of the local Christian schools or local private schools to see if we can have a cooperative program to allow our boys to play football. So that
would be new. Wowie. My goodness, lots going on. If you want to find out more, give them a call at 330-452-8271. Holly Grove, John Corbett, thank you so much for all through Heritage Christian School, all you bring to our community.
Thank you.